Hello and welcome to the Catholic Moments Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 32 of Catholic Moments, the podcast from CatholicMom.com where we talk about all things faith, family, and fun from a Catholic perspective. Today's show is recorded live from the floor, day one of MacWorld Expo. So sit back and enjoy some of the sights and sounds of MacWorld with me.
And now, here's your host and my mom, Lisa Hendy.
Well, thank you, Eric, and I'm hoping that all of you enjoy a day at MacWorld with me. Ironically, since my exhibits only pass didn't enable me to attend the keynote, some of you actually listening to this may know more about some of the product specifications that were discussed during the keynote than I do. What I did get to do was test drive firsthand a new MacBook Air, check out lots of new great gadgets, and go over a ton of new software that's being demoed at the MacWorld. Just for fun, before I start with playing some of the feedback that I recorded, I thought I'd share with you the handful of discs that I picked up for demo software and let you know some of what I previewed yesterday. So the first thing is Ubercaster, which I know some of you have raved about. I'm looking forward to playing with that. I have a trial disc for Be-Lite, which is a print folio studio that you can use to do business cards, disc covers, mail factory, art texts, image tricks, all kinds of things. Garage Sale, which is a new piece of software that's been created for eBay client for the Mac. Personal Brain 4, I think this is a mind mapping software. It says the digital home for your mind, and it's software for thinkers, and you can find that at thebrain.com. Wiretap Studio, which is a recording and editing program. So I'm going to check that out. And that says you can record anything, does lossless editing. Let's see, podcast like a pro. So that's Wiretap Studio. Another demo sampler that I got was Family Tree, Mac Family Tree 5, iFinance, Screenium, and Clean App. So that one looks good too. I have a FileMaker trial software for managing people, projects, and assets. And Bento by FileMaker is another product that they were demoing yesterday, and I picked that demo up as well. Let's see, a free training DVD from xtrain.com, and this includes, 4 classes from Dr. Brown's Photoshop Laboratory, a quick selections tool for Photoshops. This is an interesting one, The Secrets of Podcasting, Digital Photography, and Adobe Illustrator. So that's xtrain.com software. I've got MacScan to detect, isolate, and remove spyware from my computer. I have Rogue Amoeba, and this demo includes Airfoil, Audio Hijack Pro, which is an interesting piece of recording software. Fission and Radio Shift, Mariner, this is an interesting piece of software that enables you to write a novel or a screenplay, Mariner software. And the last one is Accordance, which is a Bible software demo program. So again, the footage that I'm going to be sharing with you is recorded live from the expo floor. There's a lot of background sound and ambient noise. I hope you'll bear with some of that, and just know that I had a great day. And if you ever get a chance to go to MacWorld Expo, I would strongly recommend it. So here's my day. Here we are at MacWorld, the conference and expo. I just did the 3-hour drive from Fresno and am now in line to pick up my badge to go ahead and go into the exhibits. In typical Mac form, the line is actually a circle snaking through the foyer to the exhibit hall, and I think it's going to take me about probably 20 minutes to get through this line. It's a very non-linear line. Like I said, just twirling around in a circle right here on the floor. The keynote just ended, and there's a lot of buzz in the air, people everywhere, and I'm looking forward to getting in there and seeing what's going on. So we'll check back from the exhibit hall floor. Okay, it's 11:45. I just got through the massive line, got my badge, and I'm headed inside. Today the expo is open till about 6 o'clock, so I have about 6 hours to hit both exhibition centers and see what I can learn about. So check back soon. Okay, I'm now inside of the exhibit hall and I'm completely overwhelmed. This is about 10 times as big as the podcast expo was. Exhibits everywhere. Not quite sure where to head first, so I think I'm going to head over to the podcast studio and then take a swing through and try to see as many of these places as I can. Amazingly, I'm right now in the West exhibit hall, and what I understand is that there's actually even more information and exhibitors in the East or in the South exhibit hall today. So I'm going to have a lot to see, a lot of information to take in. So I think I need to have a little plan of attack for the day. And so as to not to retrace my steps, I think I'm going to start at one end and work towards the other and just pick up as much stuff as I can and learn along the way. So here we go. Here on the exhibit floor, it's kind of funny that I thought I might run into some interesting people, and I just actually walked past Sinbad, the comedian. Appears to be shopping at the Verbatim media booth, and he's surrounded by people and signing autographs and stuff. So Sinbad, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my first MacWorld celebrity sighting. So here I am at MacWorld with Tracy of Urban Junket. She's got tons of great gear bags here, and I'm going to let her tell us a little bit more about what she's doing here at MacWorld today.
Yeah, we started Urban Junket about 2 years ago, and my business partner and I are ex-Best Buy marketing executives who saw a need for women's laptop bags and cool bags for women. We used to hear customers in focus groups saying all the time, why aren't there any cool laptop bags for women? What's the deal? Why is it so hard? Why are they all ballistic black nylon? And so we tried to get Best Buy to do it for a couple years and then could never get them to make the leap, so we decided to go figure out how to do it ourselves. And we went over to Italy, and we found manufacturers over there, and they do all of our stitching. So we buy all Italian leather, and the bags are hand stitched, and they're really great quality. And we call them laptop handbags because the idea is that you can carry them every day and carry your laptop and all of the other stuff that you want to go along with your life. Because it seems like if the laptop bags are cool, they can only hold your laptop.
Right, exactly.
And women just carry more crap.
And these seem to be very expandable with lots of pockets and cool zippers and stuff.
So we decided this is our first time showing at MacWorld. And
you seem to be doing well.
Yeah, this is the first time actually showing at any kind of tech conference. We've typically focused on the fashion industry. And we've started to get the bags in different stores, boutique stores across the country. And we're starting to have conversations with some of the bigger boutiques. And and so it's kind of fun. MacWorld's been great. It's been constant traffic of women going, "Oh my God, it's about time!
I need to do." Well, how can people who aren't here today pick up your stuff?
Our website is urbanjunket.com, and we sell everything online. And then if you check out our website, you put in your zip code, it'll tell you the boutiques in your area that sell our bags. And we actually designed 4 different lines of bags. We only have 2 of them here at MacWorld because these 2 are really more designed for computers. And we also design handbags for women.
Well, Tracy, thanks so much for your time, and good luck. UrbanJunket.com. Everybody check it out because they're totally cute. I may leave with one today.
All right, good. Come on back. Thanks for stopping.
Thanks.
Engineering, where it's got iPod hard drive.
So here I am at the podcast studio, and there's a live podcast going on right now with Leo Laporte. Thank you. I'm going to listen in here for a couple minutes and see that they seem to be breaking down the keynote.
What really kind of put into focus for me is thinking about the Concorde, supersonic transatlantic flights, where for an extra $1,000, you could be in London in 2.5 hours instead of 6 hours. But there were enough people for whom that 3.5-hour difference was so important that they could actually keep the fleet going.
That's what they should have named it, the MacBook Concorde.
There you go.
There you go.
before the tire problem and the people died.
Yeah, the MacBook sunk cost.
See, we were talking earlier about how much a lot of us miss the 12-inch MacBook, the 12-inch PowerBook. But the thing is, I mean, people are not carrying around 12-inch wide bags. They're carrying around bags that are about this size. So if you were to make a notebook that's narrower, I wouldn't see any practical benefit from it. However, if you make it thinner, that means that I don't have to jam it in there to get it in there with my other notebook, with the book, with the legal pad I've got in there.
Do you fly Coach?
Yes.
So actually what's happening here is they're taping Mac Break Weekly, and again they're talking about the new mini laptop that's coming out. So very interesting to watch this being done in person, and they've got a big live audience listening in. So
Ethernet is dead.
you can check out the podcast later today, probably. Gonna go see what else is going on.
I got a question. How often do you guys hook your laptops into an Ethernet?
All the time.
Every day.
Every day.
Okay, well there you go.
Also, it's the simplest.
I forgot that mine had an Ethernet port.
No, use it.
Also, it's the simplest way to get two Macs talking to each other at the sort of speeds where location is irrelevant. There are times when I could network wirelessly where I'm saying, no, it's not worth copying this big file over or using it remotely. Whereas if I put copper between the two, it's almost like I've got a USB hard
And I
drive.
use
Hey, I'm here with Beth at the PodTrack booth at MacWorld Expo, and Beth was actually at our SQPN Mass in the fall, and she's been giving me some information about their services, and just going to let her say hello and tell us just a few words about PodTrack.
Hi, I'm Beth Elashway, and PodTrack connects podcasters with advertisers. And I want to say a big hello to Father Roderick. Thanks for saying Mass that day for us.
Great. Well, thanks, Beth. Thanks for all the info, and I'm going to be checking out PodTrack really soon, so thank you very much.
Fantastic.
All kinds of things to see and hear around here. I'm in the Skull Candy booth right now, which seems to be mostly dealing with headphones, and they've got a DJ set up here. You can hear the music. Their products seem to be flying off the shelves. They've got backpacks, all kinds of different earbuds and full-size headphones in many different colors. I just finished speaking with some folks over at the Libsyn booth, which is our host for many of our podcasts in the SQPN network, and everybody over at Libsyn sends their greetings to Father Roderick. He seems to have a presence here at Macworld, even though he's not here himself. So anyway, I'm going to go someplace where I can hear myself now.
Welcome to the Wiretap Studio demonstration. Wiretap Studio is our fairly new audio recording and editing program that's been out for a couple months. Many of you may have heard of Wiretap Pro. We've added a lot of new features. Some patent pending even. So this little controller that you see I'm moving around is the main recording interface. It's very streamlined, very simple. If all you want to do is capture something that your computer is playing, just click record. Then when you're done, hit stop. You've got it for later. So let's get something going in iTunes here.
And these old habits are starting to show through. Sorry I didn't get to know you.
So now this is capturing what iTunes is playing. Wiretap Studio has built into it a library where all your recordings are sent. Bring that up.
One of the features here in the expo hall is that there are all kinds of demonstrations going on, and in the different corners of the world of the room there are different learning centers, and at this particular one they're talking about networking your Mac. They've got a whole room full of people listening to this demonstration. There are about 10 of these going on throughout the room right now, so he's talking about networking, and the next one up is blogging, so we'll just listen in here for a minute.
Because anytime the Mac shuts off, the network loses access to the printer. So that's why, I say, put it on an older machine that you can dedicate to that purpose, put it in the basement somewhere. For the amount of paper we actually print, for most of us, the walk to the basement isn't a big inconvenience, and it keeps the printer out of the open and out, not cluttering up your living room. You can also, as we said before, stream AirTunes via your Airport Express base station.
So that's a little bit about networking your Mac, which we haven't done in our house yet. We have 2 Macs, and I need to work on getting that taken care of. Lots of products here today, lots of cases for things, bags, clocks to put your iPod into, all kinds of things. I'm not doing any shopping today, but if I were, I could be spending a lot of money. Over in this corner of the exhibit hall, there's a whole section of music and gaming area, several music studios, a presentation on making music with your Mac, and lots of software to use with recording and creating music. There's also a huge gaming area with tons of demo games. People are stopped in the middle and playing the different games. You can purchase games, check them out, try them out. I'm not a gamer, so I'm moving on, and I'm about to head over to the South Hall right now, see what's going on over there. Just here in the Belkin booth, checking out some of the home and sound products they're offering here. They have a little musical demonstration going on with a guitar and a violin. Quite impressive. I just had a great discussion with the representative from Ubercaster, who gave me a really nice overview of that particular software and showed me. I know we've got some SQPN podcasters who are using Ubercaster. It looks like a great program. They're everywhere you look here, every corner that you look in, people checking out all kinds of products. They have these absolutely huge booths that are almost like small buildings set up for the week with all kinds of things that you can try out, hold in your hand, check out. Tons of free software being given away. I have beta programs and free demo discs for at least 20 programs, I think, and I'm only about halfway through the South building at this point, so I still have a lot more to view and to take in, and continue checking some things out. So be back again soon.
So I'm just going to save my table of contents. Now let's go ahead and move this around a little bit. So I'm going to put beverages up on top. Watch my page numbering. Now beverages starts at page 5. So what do I have to do now here? Well, I'm going to go back to my table of contents document, layout, table of contents. I'm going to select OK. And it's automatically been updated just by selecting.
So you're listening to xtrain.com, some online training experts for programs like web design, graphic design, digital photography, digital arts. She's giving a little overview.
Out in the market about a month. Based on using this version with a 4 gigabyte SD card, you would be able to take up to 1600 12 megapixel photos. It has a 15x zoom, hand-ground glass optical lens. You can take 6 hours of standard video, 3 hours of DVD quality video. While you're shooting video, if you see a picture, you just touch a button and you can take a photo at the same time, which is a nice feature. If you'd like to see an example of that, we have an example of it shown on the computer right over here. Also, you can stream that DVD quality video direct to the web with a service that we give you included in the cost of the camera called SuperStream. That's $120 value included, absolutely free for an entire year. Would you like to look at it? You can see it up close.
She's actually demoing a product called SupaCam, SUPACAM. Looks very interesting. DVD quality video that you can send directly to the web.
Nice, you said that. All right, see? Meatloaf. We have meatloaf demonstrating toast. That's the kind of pull we have here at Roxio. You'll give us a song a little bit later.
Did you hear that? It's Meatloaf here at the Roxio booth, driving the laptop for the Roxio demonstration.
We're there, Rockstar. Thanks for joining
I wouldn't have recognized him.
Oh, you should know that we're giving away stuff at the end of the week. We have a lovely lady over here who is swiping your card. So what are we giving away? Giving away one of these. Yep,
which is a HD
awesome. That's a little light though.
TiVo. Pretty cool.
But this is just a box. But at the end of the week, we will fill this box with a real unit, courtesy of Ryan. He was kind enough to give us a TiVo HD unit to give away at the end of the week.
So now everybody's giving this lady her their badges to swipe. I'm going to get in on that one. Here at the O'Reilly booth, there's a presentation going on about graphic secrets for photographers with Photoshop Elements and CS3. So they're giving some information about how to use those programs. Listen in a little bit.
And my husband's Canadian, so I saw the planted a flag if they thought, well, that would be nice, he needs to see that. But I didn't want to focus on that. I didn't have quite a long enough lens to be able to zoom in. It wouldn't have been a special photo at all. So I focused instead on this really old fence post that they have there. And you can still see the flag behind, but it gave me a great foreground and background. So you enter here what's in focus, and then your eye travels back there to the flag to figure out what it is. It's still recognizable enough. Same thing with the restored Jaguar over here. Actually, we have
It's basically showing some photo focus effects using Photoshop and CS3. Pretty cool. They have a really nice theater style booth set up with a big video screen in the front where she can show her presentation, and there are several setups like this throughout the expo, so you can pretty much go to any class you want to. You walk down each row and there's always something going on, so listen in on this Photoshop information.
Google services. So the homepage looks a little different. When you click on touch on the Gmail link up here at the top, we've got a version of Gmail that's optimized for the iPhone. When you touch on the calendar link up at the top, you've got a version of Google Calendar that's optimized for the iPhone. You can actually customize what shows up in that top bar. When you click on the More button, there's some options in there that list all the products that we've got optimized or that are really good to use on mobile devices, especially iPod Touch and iPhone. And you can even put whichever one you want up at the top bar. We just released a new version of this interface like a couple days ago. Also, when you're on the home screen, we've now got a link to iGoogle. So if you're an iGoogle user, we now have a version of iGoogle for iPod Touch and iPhone. For those of you not familiar with it, iGoogle is sort of a different version of the Google homepage. Lots of people love the plain white version of the Google homepage, but if you want a richer homepage experience, we offer that. When you're on a desktop computer, you're on the Google homepage, you can click in the iGoogle button in the top right, which will run you through a quick 30-second setup of an iGoogle page where you can add all kinds of gadgets to the page. Most of these gadgets are quick ways to access information at a glance, and almost all of them, there are tens of thousands of them, almost all of them made by third parties, and all of them free. We've made some that are quick access into Google services, but we've made others, or third parties have made others that do all sorts of stuff. Now, we've made iGoogle for the iPhone and the iPod Touch, which takes the very rich experience that you get on a desktop or laptop and compresses it down a little bit so that it's optimized for this screen. I'm just going to switch over to it. So I've got a iGoogle page that I've set up, kind of assuming that I'm about to go on a trip to New York City. And I've grabbed a bunch of gadgets that were sort of related to things in New York that I thought might be useful on my trip. For instance, if I'm crazy and I rented a car and I'm driving around Manhattan, maybe I need to get some gas. I got a gadget here that's showing gas prices in Manhattan at various gas stations so I can find the least expensive gas. Google did not make this gadget. Google simply offers the platform that this gadget can be displayed through. And we've even got systems available so that if you want to display one of these gadgets on your own web page, you can even do that. We're just sort of offering the basic building blocks for this. One of my favorite ones that I grabbed for New York City is I grabbed someone made a gadget. It's a map of the New York City subway system. So it is one thing to look at a map through the iPhone's map system. It's another thing entirely to know where the subway station is. Some third party out there made this gadget. I don't know who they are, but it could be really useful if I'm on the Lower East Side and I'm like, where is the nearest subway station to the corner that I'm standing on? Someone's already made a gadget that puts this information together. Like I said, there are tens of thousands of these sorts of gadgets that basically build all kinds of random little things. Some of them are really useful, like maps. Some of them are whimsical. Some of them are games. Some of them are...
Are they like Ajax or interactive or push information?
Some of them, they're mostly interactive, yes. Most of them do not use Ajax technology, but they've got built-in, they're usually using at least some Java to make them interactive. Some of them are very passive. They're just displaying feeds. I've got one tab on my iGoogle page set up that's just got information about Google from various services, so I can at a glance tell what's going on for Google's PR, and I can quickly, I'm in the help department, so I can quickly navigate to the help groups, just for some quick links. But I've all sort of clustered these things together because they're all one related topic. So if I want to get to them really fast, I can link through one central location, or if I just want to glaze my eyes over and just go, whoop, what's going on in these 6 places at once, I can do that too.
I think I'm about to get closer. I can't really yell. It's the end of the day. I'm about to pass out. All right. So basically everything I'm about to show you is on youtube.com live now, so you can play with it yourself when you go home. You just might not be aware of some of these features, so I'm going to show them to you now. So the first one I'm going to show you, it's super cool. It's a feature we call Warp, W-A-R-P. Right? The way you get to Warp is you find a video you want to watch. You go into full screen mode, so that's the button on the bottom right. Once you're in full screen mode, you go to the opposite side, to the bottom left. And you see this little button that looks a little like a spaceship. It's got 3 dots on it. I don't know if you can all see it. Click on that. Now, you're in warp mode, right? What this is basically a new way on YouTube to find videos. So the same way that like, oh, if you like this musician, you might like this other musician. If you read this book, you might like this other book. We're doing the same thing with video. So basically we take the video you're watching, that's in the center, and we pop out a whole bunch in the same color in green of videos that are related to that video that you might like, right? Now what you can do at this point is you're like, okay, well which of these do I want to watch? Roll over one. You get a little more info, and guess what? Bam! If you stay on it long enough, you pop out a bunch of videos that are related to that with a different color because they're all related to each other, right? Now you don't want to just roll over and have bubbles pop out all day long. That's not that exciting. You have better things to do, right? So instead, you're going to watch videos. Click on the video, and you can see the video here. You can watch it in full screen mode if you want, right? And when you're done watching it, or when you get bored, you just click back into Warp, same button over there, back to the same interface, but guess what now? You've got this line connecting the videos you've watched, so you don't have to rewatch the same ones again, right? And you can just keep doing this all day long, right? I can just keep clicking on it, watch it, click out of it, bam, look, there's another line there. You can also tell with the colors here, as I click on the videos to watch them, the colored dots that correspond to the colors start to pop up in the upper left. What that is navigation. So if I want to see all the videos that are related to the pink one I watched, or the brown one I watched, or the green one I watched, I can just mouse over them and it moves it around, right? But if I want even more control, because I don't like just doing this little bopping around here, I can click on the black area and drag. And I can actually move it around. So you can imagine how you could spend several hours just bopping around on this.
Yeah, it get addictive.
Yeah.
I'm at the Accordance Bible software booth this evening, getting ready to check out their software, and they've got several different versions. And I'm here with Mark Allison, who's a representative of Accordance, and just going to ask him, tell us a little bit about the product.
Yeah, well, Accordance Bible software is just what it sounds like. It's software for searching the biblical texts. So if you're wanting to either read through any of the English translations that are available, or looking, searching them specifically for words or phrases, if you're looking to get a little bit of the background of the Greek and the Hebrew text, we have that too. Commentaries, timelines, atlases, photo guides, the whole shebang.
Great, so you can even do Bible study here at MacWorld. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll refer everybody to your site. Is it Accordance.com?
Yeah, it's accordancebible.com or oaksoft.com. That's the name of the company.
I'm here on the main stage. They're doing a demonstration in the background of the Apple TV program. And just checking my watch, it looks like it's actually already after 5 o'clock. I don't have very much time left. I just spent about 20 minutes looking over the MacBook Air, which is a really cool, I think it's the featured product. I haven't heard the keynote yet, and I've been here all day, so some of you guys actually probably know more about the Air than I do at this point, those of you who are at home and might have listened to the keynote or heard things about it afterwards, but checking out the Air, it looks very cool, incredibly light, less than an inch thick. I think he said it was about 0.7 inch at its thickest. No visible ports on the side. They're actually on a little drop down on the bottom of it, so I don't know how that would be in terms of plugging in USB things and stuff like that, but just for a light computer to just carry around, you maybe use on airplanes or for traveling or for sitting next to fencing lessons like I do, doing work sometimes. Really very light and portable. It starts at about $1,800, so I won't be picking up the MacBook Air anytime soon, but it does look like a really cool product. So my time at the MacBook Expo is winding down. I'm going to take one more lap around and then things are going to be closing down in less than an hour, so I've got to go check out a few last-minute products that I haven't seen yet, and maybe give you one more report before I leave for the day, but it's been a great day. Well, it's 6 o'clock, actually after 6. The exhibit hall is starting to wind down with several of the exhibitors closing up for the day. Most of them will be here through Saturday. I'm here, of course, today on the opening day, Tuesday, but exhibitors will be here in their booths all week long. And I thought I'd just share with you some reflections on things to bring with you if you come to MacWorld. The first is definitely to carry a backpack. Don't bother to bring your computer along with you. There are computers all over the place that you can check your email on and be in touch if you need to do anything computer-wise, internet-wise. There's a connection in here and plenty of computers available, so don't bother to bring yours. Definitely bring bottled water. The prices in here are pretty expensive, and the few places that there are to actually purchase refreshments are at different ends of the place, so be sure to bring some bottled water along with you. Also, bring business cards, because there are all kinds of competitions that you can put your name into, contests that for giveaways and things that you have a chance to win. So lots of business cards. Let's see, what else? Camera, video camera, recording equipment. Lots of people running around here doing videoing and taking all kinds of pictures. So most of all, I'm walking away today with lots of fun stuff. I've gotten a ton of swag. Everything from Google socks to flip-flops and everything in between, but mostly I'm walking away with a lot of great information and lots of fun new ways to use my MacBook more effectively, and just really excited about all the new stuff that Apple is offering for the next year and all the other products that are here that you can use to use your Apple products more effectively. So I'm going to head home now. I got a 3-hour drive back to Fresno, and so hoping to post this sometime in the next day or so that you guys get a sense of what it's been like to be at MacWorld this year, and hopefully next year some of you will be here with me. So it's a big thing to do in one day. I would have liked to have had more time, but I can say that I successfully made it around both exhibits halls and learned a ton in the process. So thanks for coming along with me. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. We'd love to hear any feedback or suggestions that you have for the podcast. Please visit us at catholicmoments.com or email us at catholicmoments@mac.com. And until next time, remember to make every moment count.